your behavior? Are you willing to learn more? And then how about on employee side?
I want to add one more thing. It is the difficulty when working with that people.
Difficulties encountered?
Cultural difficulties. Maybe that person they have some cultural behaviors that other people are not familiar with, and they can say that out.
Difficulties encountered.
Cultural.
Conflicts. Okay, so that's number 2 for the company side. Okay, so for the employee side, once you get the feedback, what do you do? Overall ability to work. Let's say if it's high, what happens? Let's say you really have good cultural fluency.
That means you can join our plan.
Good, suitable for development, right? What if it's low?
Maybe the side.
He can use our program and learn more. Then he can be in this program maybe next time.
No,
Ignore.
alternative. How about alternative training?
No more training. It's to waste of money.
But we give them some training, right?
Let's say they can, Bolin can really work with people from different cultures. So then he can become a suitable manager, right? But let's say he can't. What do we do with people who can't?
I won't do anything.
But if you don't have enough employees to promote, then you have to do something.
So you mean there are and no one who is
You definitely have to promote someone.
If you just give him some chance to work with the people from different culture, then let him practice among his training.
Okay.
This training?
So if it's low, practical training if they're willing. Okay. So number 2, let's say
So we have to have a selection method to pick who will we will need training. We cannot get everyone to be manager. Right? We have to select someone and train them to be manager.
This part is reality check, right? So I think we should figure out like what kind of things we need. So it's not about training now. It's but I think that we should write down what we want.
the reality, I guess to put it simply, it just means when the employee is told, hey, we think you have these good qualities, what are some actions they can do or what are some steps they can take?
So we
Not
already
company
picked
side.
someone already.
We just in talks, like, oh, hey, we identified you're a high performer.
How identify? How to identify?
So like high cultural ability to work in cultural differences is high.
Yeah, sounds high, right?
Yeah.
For
So
low people we don't
just ignore.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no more practice. No more practice training.
Just leave low. Let's say how about if they're willing to develop? Like we notice, hey, Wendy, you kind of suck with clients, but you really work hard, and we think you have a lot of potential. So your performance is not great, but your potential is high. What can we do with those people?
Training?
Training?
Yeah. For those who potential is high, but performance is not very high,
Yeah.
do training.
On the employee side, this is not company
Oh.
side. What can the employees do?
They may want to learn something, so training may work. If they know they may have the chance
Yeah.
to join the plan, so
Mhm.
they will definitely want to get into the plan, so they will like,
Okay.
try hard to.
Seek additional opportunities. The grass is greener fun. To develop behaviors. Okay.
Develop, improve performance.
what is this? Cultural conflicts encountered. Okay, so you notice that some people encounter conflicts. That's a reality check. Hey, you don't work great in Thailand. What can the employee do?
It's hard.
Transfer to Vietnam.
Not
But
sure.
that is kind of.
That's the company side. So the employee side. I don't think any employee will say, hey, I'm leaving this place. Because they never notice if someone's work if they're kind of an asshole of a manager, they never notice, right? They're just
Yeah.
kind of there. They're like, okay. But once, let's say you have a reality check, your boss tells you, hey, you're kind of an asshole. This is the feedback I got from your clients from the 360 thing. What action can you take?
Know about their religions, their culture, their language.
Seek for
It's also like learning something. So all the thing is about learning.
culture difference, huh?
That's kind of vague.
Seek for. We have a cultural difference training, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
We can go on the system and learn from them.
Let's leverage our mentorship programs. We have a mentorship program.
That's from the company side.
but the mentorship problem is like more about like company culture and your work.
Mm-hmm. This is true. This is more personal, right? Let's leave this question mark for now. Whoever does this will figure it out. Alright.
But you have to write down what is the question or we will forget. Definitely.
Cultural Z.
Like last time I'm looking into the file, I don't even know what are you writing. So I'm asking Bully, what is this part? Is this
Question,
what
yeah.
it means?
What can employees needs to identify what needs are realistic to develop?
So it's not only about culture, it's
It's about culture because it belongs to the group.
Third one.
All right, so that's it. We are overall strategy. Very good. All right, goal setting.
Here's long term and short term.
For the
We spend too much time on this part.
it's fine.
The first part.
It's fine. Goal setting. I think we are more about we have to set short term and long term, right?
Mm-hmm.
The long term is to be a multinational company, expand our business all over the world,
What were our two main goals? Expand
all over the internationally.
internationally.
And what did I write last time?
What did you write?
I forget all the time.
7.
We have only 2 assignments left.
4 more.
2.
2?
No, we have 4 more chapters.
You have syllabus.
Until chapter 10.
So
So this is 10, 11, 12.
Oh, you're right.
9, 10, 11, 12. Okay.
We only need 4 more. 4
Expand
third.
globally, grow bigger in size. Okay. Expand globally, grow bigger in size. Alright, so for the employee, what are some things that you need to expand global vision. Develop global vision and ability to work and communicate across cultures. Right?
Yeah.
Alright, grow bigger in size is to develop skills. Because this is more about vision and overall strategy. This is about getting the investment.
Yeah.
Right? This is like making connections, like opening new markets, and this is about like actually closing the sale, getting the money. So
One is more employees.
this one? Grow bigger in size?
More what?
Yeah,
More
more employees
employees.
means more net profit, which means more sales. But what do you do? What skills can you develop? can basically get more money.
So it's about all department, not only sales department. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Develop industry analysis skill. Financial skill.
But employees, how can they do this? Because the performance overall, like the whole company, so it's hard to analyze.
Oh,
this
you're
way,
right. It's not sales person's skill.
It's all over the company.
Let's say based on function, because let's pull it back to our first one, functional design, right? So let's just define 5 easy functions, 5 primary functions. All right, for sales, and we'll do one for each. Would you say, for example, this is a skill they would need to develop towards?
Communication.
Sales is communication. Let's do 2 to
But
make it easier.
that's hard to evaluate.
Industry analysis. Communication evaluated through, what did we say?
What did we say? I don't even remember that.
Individual number of qualified leads per month. Boom. Industry analysis. Okay, that's sales. What else do we have? Marketing, right?
Marketing. The brand awareness.
触及率怎么讲？广告触及率。
The viral environment.
广告不是会有一个它的那个收益率吗？那个怎么讲？而且那个计划通常都是整部媒体做的，所以很难猜。
This actually, I'm sorry guys, this should be an employee should be long-term, short and long-term goals. So, I'm just gonna, let's just identify this and then we'll do it after. So sales, marketing, HR, finance, and
administrative.
这很难哎。
好难哦。
Okay, so now we look at the organization as a whole. Regardless
太难了。
of which function you're in, what are some short-term goals that can help you attain your desired position? Not like develop a global vision, because that's too broad, right? From the company side, that's okay. But from the employee side,
But it depends on which department.
mm-hmm.
So it's hard to write it in just one.
Short is obtain some kind of skill.
Obtain
Job
Some.
related.
and art job-related skills. Okay,
And
so
long-term goals is reach a specific position.
That's kind of weird.
yeah, that's not a good long-term goal because it doesn't align with the company mission. Like if you just want to become the manager, you'll do anything that you want to develop yourself, regardless of the mission. You want to align somehow, because you're right. These will help the company in the short term. What are some long-term goals that we can set for employees, or employees can set for themselves?
A specific position in the career path that the company offer at the beginning.
Okay, so define career path. Reaching the defined career path position, but somehow this has to combine with the overall strategy.
This is the career path that the company offers. It is the company's strategy already.
If I said my long-term goal is to be the head of HR, then my next question is, how do I get there? What are some long-term?
For the HR manager, you have other lower positions, and then you have to reach them first.
You're answering the what, but we're with the goal setting. We're talking about like which or how? How do you set the goals so that they help attain that?
This is just set the goal. They didn't ask about how.
He's done saying these have to align. So
Yes, he's saying that we have to align on things.
straightforward.
Goal setting.
So if we want to expand internationally, and we have a position like VP of Sales, right? What exactly does the VP of Sales do to help expand internationally?
Oh.
Like to analyze things that they have to do. Like, they have to know the trend and analyze which, like, we want to expand in other countries, so we have to look into their economic situation and their potential market and a lot of things. But that is what employees do. I'm not quite sure.
Well, that's what like. So a tangible goal. If I say, hey, by next year you have like it's good that you guys finish this, so that we can attain this. So
It's like you can get a specific value of contract. Like I can get that startup and they're very valuable. It's a KPI.
yeah. So let's be more specific. What kind of contract? In which countries?
Like a 200% of KPI.
In a new country or like the country we didn't work with, like we say we have top 10 country and lowest 10 country, and maybe we can sign the like new market country or the lowest sales country and with them, and
Okay.
you get new like expansions.
Now we have a long-term goal, right? So bottom 10 countries. Let's do a timeline. In how long? What's the long-term goal?
3 years,
In 3 years?
I don't know,
Long
5 years.
Long term should be
10,
Or
5,
more than 3, I think.
5?
5,
Okay. So now
it's too long
Too long.
because for salesmen.
But long term have to be long.
yeah, the career path, right? If you want to become
Depends.
No, it not
Like in
depends.
here-
Long term usually have a definition for long term.
Here they only say 2 years, 3 years.
So I mean more than 3 years. At least I would say in 3 years.
I would say short term is like a quarter or a half of a year, and long term more than 1 year or 2 years. Because for salesperson they never stay.
Oh,
in
we
the-
didn't talk about sales.
generally.
No, I just say that if you set that goal for everyone, so you have to count for a reason. The fact that salesperson never stay in the company for 5 years.
But you have to know like you need a lot of corporations and you have to negotiate it from different department and a lot of things that you have to do this kind of business over another country in another country.
let's
Need a lot of
let's not get hung up on how many years or whatever. So as I'm reading this, they're saying like, okay, so that some parts are position for employees. It's the position that you want and also fields of interest and also like attainable objectives. So how was right, and she said, okay, get this position. I think you guys were right saying, okay, what should we do? What fields of interest? So open up new markets, right? That's a field of interest. I don't think we should do like in how many years.
I
So
agree.
let's do this. Long-term reached by a defined time, increase knowledge and skill in
Only one.
related fields associated with how about global growth, including what are some skills that are associated with global growth?
More market, more new market,
Opening up markets.
or the size of
Diversity.
existing market.
Language again.
Language acquisition. Oh, okay. How about they can choose? Because we're all about choice, right?
Mm-hmm. I think if we say like this, that means they can choose or
Okay. Opening up markets, cultural diversity, language acquisition. What else? So, learning more languages,
culture.
learning to work with different cultures,
Promote it.
opening up new markets. Add to more person who will like this.
And
Do
two
we
more.
need to involve government, like
I'm not doing this part.
increase relationship with that country's
Oh my
government?
God.
Ooh.
Oh, that's quite good.
That should be a company goal though. This should be a company goal. And then it should translate into a, because the employee doesn't care if they can work with the government or not. In terms of their own personal development. Opening up market acquisition. How about financial analysis and investment?
Investment in what?
Startup investment.
And startup knowledge?
And, but what we do is already startup investment, right?
And startup knowledge. Is this too broad? Reach the defined career path, increase knowledge and skills, associated with global growth, including opening
Kind of.
language action and startup knowledge. How about we write depending on function and requirements of position?
So we have to write 5 kind of.
Not necessarily. This can change. Alright. Because we're writing, because it's not sales anymore, it's a little
Yeah.
more broad, so we can't necessarily go
How
into
can you
too much.
do this?
I just added the arrow.
How to add
I just did this just.
really?
That work. Mine doesn't work.
Right?
Cool.
Alright, action planning.
Action planning.
Why this can change?
Action planning.
Why it can change? You mean the 5 departments? It can change?
They have long term and short term as well.
Yeah, because these only show time.
Okay, well, let's identify resources. What do we need? So, let's identify the resources. What do employees need to reach their goal? Mentors. Connect mentors. That's one. Oh, so let's take a look at resources first. Mentors, right? What are the grass is greener fund?
Okay, employees courses.
This should be steps though.
By
Steps.
mentor.
Okay. 1. Find a mentor. So this is defined. I really like it. It's like very solid. If you want to be developed, you have to find a mentor. How about that?
That sounds hard to do.
But that means that you're really want to get this chance.
You're self-motivated.
But the company doesn't necessarily to have a mentor immediately.
Hence the development. It's not like, because it's a process. It's like a step-by-step process, right? It's not like, oh, we find you a mentor on day 1, day 2 is this. It's like, you might be up for promotion. Let's find you a mentor, so you can slowly learn the skills. Okay. The
But
next
if
step.
that mentor is too busy and they don't want to have a mentee,
So you have to convince them to be your mentor. It's kind of it's about like how much do you want to get this chance?
What if many mentees want one mentor?
It's also about competitions. You
That's
have to
exact-
win his
yeah.
heart.
That's exactly what happens in our department, though. A lot of people want Xiaoqi as their
Uh,
as their advisor.
Oh, I have to give.
But it's a must to have a mentor. In here, they just want to develop by themselves. And if they cannot have a mentor, that means they cannot develop.
It's not a must, though. If you want to develop, you have to find a mentor. If you don't, it's okay.
Like if you
I
want
want
to
to
join
develop,
this project.
but I cannot find a mentor.
Then how will you develop? We're gonna waste a lot of resources on you trying to find a path when there's already a defined path there. Because we said clear defined path, right? If you find a mentor, he already knows how to train you and develop you.
So if I know the path, I can develop myself.
But it's hard to find out like what's your problem by your own.
Do you know how to write a PhD
So do
dissertation?
you think you can write your own thesis by yourself?
It'd be really hard.
It will be really hard when you don't need the professors every day. It's not a must, and you can figure it out.
But actually, you still need someone to give
what
you
what
a
I'm doing
direction.
now, I don't need professors.
Yeah, but eventually you'll need them for your oral defense and when you graduate.
It's just the procedure.
Like you can get a
Yeah,
mentor.
exactly. That's what we're saying. So the procedure is if you want to develop, you have to have a mentor.
But it's not necessary.
Like you have a professor, but you don't need her every day. So you, if it's necessary, you can ask them some questions. It's like you need one, and if you have any problem and something, you can go and get them and
That's
ask
the
them for some
idealistic-
opinion.
That is idealistic. But in
But
real
I-
life, it doesn't happen like that. Like
But
I
you still
cannot
have
ask
one.
anything from my professor.
We still need to develop a plan, though.
So I think find a mentor is not a must. They can develop by themselves.
Who's gonna say you're ready?
Yeah.
But if you need to find a mentor and you cannot find one, that means you cannot develop. You have to stop there. It's too cruel.
But do you know what? If you want to be a manager, you need to well communicate with all your employees and your boss. So like communication skill and like social skill is one of the skills that you need when you want try to be a manager. So
I
like
can have
when you
that
find that,
skill
how
without a
how
mentor.
can you like
But
find
not-
a
but an outside
find a
mentor.
mentor?
And
We didn't say like.
I think there's a point here that's you're okay. So instead of just saying it's one-to-one, a mentor doesn't have to be a one-to-one. One mentor can have like 10 mentees. So there's no way you can not find a mentor. You might be able to. You might not like your mentor, but he still has the knowledge that he has to say it's okay to develop. I think this is, for me at least, this is like the normal mechanism in an organization. You always have to have your bosses okay for you to go up.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? I don't think there's any company that's.
Wait. But in the class, professor said mentor means one versus one by one.
Yeah. So when they're teaching, it's one by one, but it's not like
Okay.
it's not like, oh, I'm only training you so you can develop.
Good. Yeah.
But he said mentoring about like other department, right? Cross department.
Yeah, that can happen too. So I don't think we'll have an issue finding a mentor. If you can't find one in your own department, you can find one in another one. I think it's actually valuable to acquire new skills. Alright, so okay. So number one, you find a mentor. That's the first step. What's number two? For the employee side.
It's already in the mentor part. The mentor can deal with everything. We don't need the second step.
We need more, but it's hard to write another one.
I'm thinking about the employee has to take the course as the mentor wants him to take. But it belongs to the mentor already.
Fulfill mentor requirements for promotion. For short term, / long-term goals. How about that? So the mentor helps define the short-term and long-term goals with the employee.
The mentor takes it all.
Take what?
Takes process.
Take the process?
And we need to define the first step, second step, first step, right? But I think the mentor can deal with it all. We don't need other steps.
Like what he can, I agree that mentor would be the first step, but like you need to develop the skill by your own sometimes.